be taking a look at the Punch newspaper, Guardian, This Day, The Explainer, Echo News, and Alausa Alert. From the Punch newspaper, Dangote tackles marketers, insist on capacity to meet fuel demand. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has refuted claims by oil marketers that the facility does not have the capacity to meet local fuel demand. Officials of the refinery told the paper that the refinery has enough fuel to satisfy local needs and export to other countries. Rivers Emergency Rule. FG taps ex-AGF 11 SANs as Supreme Court battle looms. The federal government has assembled 10 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by a former Attorney General of the Federation, Chief Akin Olujimi, SAN, and 6 other lawyers to defend the emergency rule declaration in Rivers State in the suit filed by the 11 People's Democratic Party governors, challenging the suspension of democratic rule in the oil-rich state. President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State on March 18, 2025, suspending Governor Siminalayi Fubara, Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu, and all elected members of the State House of Assembly for an initial period of 6 months. Anti-corruption efforts should shift to prevention, Ribadu. The National Security Advisor to President Bola Tinubu, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, has called for a paradigm shift in Nigeria's anti-corruption efforts from reactive crackdowns to proactive prevention, stressing that only systemic and attitudinal change can defeat the deeply rooted menace. Ribadu made the call on Saturday while delivering the 9th Obasikiru Aditono annual professorial lecture organized by Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwe, Ogun State. LASMA hunts for fleeing truck driver after fatal collision. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority has said that it is on the trail of the driver of one of the trucks that collided on the Eko Bridge, leaving 2 persons dead on Sunday. The paper learned in a statement by the LASMA spokesperson, Adebayo Taufik, that the accident occurred when one of the truck drivers allegedly fell asleep and rammed into another truck. The impact of the collision, according to Taufik, led to the dislodgement of a 20-foot container which fell and crushed 2 dispatch riders. British ex-convict Nigerian nabbed as NDLEA bust drug rings nationwide. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepted a 22-year-old British national, Campbell Slipher, at the weekend at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, with 2 suitcases containing 35 parcels of loud, a potent cannabis strain weighing 37.6 kilograms. According to a statement by NDLEA spokesperson Femi Bafemi, Slipher, who had reportedly been convicted in the UK for drug trafficking and robbery, told investigators he was recruited in London to pick up the drugs in Thailand and deliver them to Nigeria. Moving on to the Guardian newspaper, I'm not desperate to be reinstalled as Rivers Governor, says Fubara. Addressing his supporters after his London meeting with President Bola Tinubu, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has urged them to tone down their confrontational approach to the state's political situation and rather follow his strategic steps towards ensuring peace by showing restraint. Fubara said he is not desperate to return to office, responding to speakers at the event who referred to him as governor and strongly criticized his suspension, calling for immediate reversal. Conservationists urge governments to create bird-friendly cities and communities. Conservationists have urged governments and businesses and individuals to create bird-friendly cities and communities which will ensure urban planning that minimizes the destruction of important bird habitats in urban development. They also advocated planting of native plants that provide food and shelter for birds and support pollinators like bees and butterflies and some species of birds, as well as use of organic methods to control pests and reduction in plastic waste to prevent birds from ingesting or getting tangled in plastic. We'll move on to this day newspaper 2027. Patience Jonathan rules out husband's return to Aso Rock, endorses Tinubu. Former First Lady Patience Jonathan yesterday poured cold water on any insinuation that her husband, President Goodluck Jonathan, would return to Aso Rock, Nigeria's seat of power in 2027, vowing instead to vigorously campaign for the re-election of Nigeria's current leader, Bola Tinubu. The wife of the former president, who spoke at the weekend in Abuja after receiving an award, the Women Icon Leader of the Year, maintained that having received the support of Tinubu and his wife Oluremi in 2011, it was time to reciprocate the good gesture. We move on to the explainer. FG pledges immediate action to settle 4 trillion naira power sector debt. The federal government last week vowed to settle the 4 trillion naira debt crippling Nigeria's power generation sector, following high-stakes talks between the Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adilabu, and Chairman of Generating Companies of Nigeria, GENCOs. The move aims to avert an imminent collapse in the power infrastructure in the country. From Echo News, Ghana agency forges stronger ties with Lagos Tourism Ministry. As a way of deepening regional collaborations while also strengthening the creative and tourism industries across West Africa, the Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Art and Culture hosted a high-level delegation from the Ghana Creative Arts Agency at the ministry's headquarters in Alausa, Ikeja. During the visit, the Lagos State Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mrs. Toke Benson Aweinka, described the engagement as a strategic opportunity for knowledge exchange, institutional partnerships, and sustainable growth in the sector. We'll take the last one from Alausa Alert. Government releases 130 billion naira subsidy intervention to 18.5 million residents. About 130 billion naira has been disbursed by the Lagos State government in social protection support, reaching at least 18.5 million out of the state's estimated 23 million residents through various subsidy intervention programs under the current administration. Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Okwe George, stated this at the 2025 Ministerial Press Briefing held in Alausa, Ikeja, to highlight the activities and achievements of the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in the second year of its second term. And that's it. You can pick up a copy of any of the dailies. Go online to read more. Also, interact with us via our social media platforms on X, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Traffic Radio 961, and follow me across social media at Dele Agadumo.